Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through this full article. It is a shocking set of circumstances, but thankfully it's not tragic. Thankfully, the boy concerned, the 11-year-old boy that was left home alone for 2 weeks, or at least 2 weeks, is safe and well and is now in Child Protective Services custody, I believe. But regardless of that, it is a shocking story. So let's read through it. An Arizona couple was arrested, or were arrested last week after they allegedly left their 11-year-old son home alone for at least 2 weeks. The Cochise, if I pronounce that correctly, the Cochise County Sheriff's Office said it received a request for a welfare check at a home in Elfrida on December the 12th by a caller who said a family lived at the residence, but it appeared that the young boy was possibly left there alone for an undetermined length of time. Deputies found the boy at home and he had confirmed that he had been alone for at least 2 weeks. He said he had frozen food available to eat, but that he hadn't been to school in that time. Investigators learned that the boy's mother had left to go out of the state before Thanksgiving and that his father had followed shortly after the holiday. There's the mother, there's the father. The child was left alone during the entire time until contact with the sheriff's deputies was made, said the sheriff. The boy was handed over to Child Protective Services after attempts to reach the parents or other family members proved unsuccessful. The sheriff's office said it filed a report about the incident with the Cochise County Attorney's Office, which secured an indictment against both parents on 3 counts of child neglect. Melissa Green, 34 years of age, and Bobby Joe Green, 40 years of age, were arrested last week when they returned home from an unknown location, and they're both being held on $100,000 bonds. I mean, disgusting parents to leave an 11-year-old at home alone. Okay, there's some blessing there that he had food. Thankfully, he didn't come to any harm by the look of it, physical harm. I'm sure it would have been torturous mentally, emotionally, to be abandoned by both parents. That absolutely has to be traumatizing. I'm not an expert in these cases, but to me, it's a relief to hear that he has been taken by Child Protective Services. I'm sure that's not a walk in the park to be in such an environment, but it has to be better than to be, can't think of the right words, but just to be subject to the, ineptitude or evil of these two parents, to leave their 11-year-old son to fend for himself for more than 2 weeks. That's just utter craziness. I'm glad to see that they've both been arrested. I'm glad to see that they've both been detained under quite high bonds, and we hope that they do suffer the consequences for being such abhorrent parents.